Dino and Bharti were kind enough to hear me chant that. I asked them to correct because I've never chanted before. Just heard, because normally in the first part of the class I joined late. So I'm thankful for the opportunity. I will try. Please do correct me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chakshur Ulmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam tam sajivam sadvitam savadutam parijana sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितनानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे. Hare Bol. All right, so let's have the gratitude from Preeti. Preeti, you ready?
Mataji, this is the first time, and these are my personal feelings about Krishna ji, which I am saying as a gratitude prayer. And कोई भी गलती या कोई भी मैं अपराध करूं, आप मेरे गुरु होने के नाते मेरे को ठीक करें. मैं अपने और सब फ्रेंड से भी बोलती हूँ. श्री कृष्ण वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपीश गोपिकांत राधकांत नमस्तुते. जैसे कि अभी कहा कि कृष्णा जी जो है, भगवान कृष्ण इतने करुणा है, इतने इतने दीन बंधु हैं कि जरा सा प्रेम से अगर उनको पुकारो चले आते हैं. अपने सखाओं के साथ अपने भक्तों के लिए हमेशा खड़े हैं, किसी भी रूप में आते हैं, बस अपने भक्तों के कष्टों को दूर करने के लिए, है ना. और क्या कहते हैं, मैं इस लायक भी नहीं हूँ कि मैं भगवान के को ग्लोरीफाई कर सकूं, फिर भी आई एम डूइंग दिस अपराध. मैं उसके लिए भगवान से क्षमा चाहती हूँ. आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू मेरे कृष्णा जी दैट ही हैज गिवन सो ब्यूटीफुल फ्लावर्स, plants, sun, moon, stars, day, night, air to breathe, and above 33 crore देवी देवतास, demigods, जिनकी जिनसे पूजा करते हैं, जो उन तक पहुंचाते हैं हमें. I'm so thankful to him. It's my personal experience. Whenever I fall from the path of bhakti, and Radharani Krishna ji just pick me up and again put me on the path of bhakti. I'm so thankful for the Krishna ji that he has given me birth in a family where my mother is from Vrindavan. उस वजह से I grew up listening all the Krishna kathas, Ras Leelaएं, Radhe Radhe, and I doing beautiful darshans and eating prasadam. I'm so thankful to Krishna ji for all this. I'm so thankful to Krishna ji that he has given me a beautiful body. I'm saying beautiful because everything, whatever Krishna ji gives you, it can't be ugly. It's always beautiful. It is our eyes who sees it in a beautiful or non-beautiful or ugly. And whatever Krishna ji has given me, it's so beautiful. But now it's my duty to use all my indriyas in the seva of my Krishna ji. Again, I am so thankful to Krishna ji that he has given me all sansarik sukh. I'm saying this again, all sansarik sukh, so that I can't crave, I can't complain that I don't have money to buy prasadam for food for Krishna ji, beautiful dresses for Krishna ji. I don't have conveyance to go to temple to have darshan of my Radha Rani, but it is my laziness, it's my uh, uh, lack of devotion that I don't do regular chanting, or I'm not going to temples or having sadhu sang or satsang. It's all my fault. I'm still so grateful to Krishna ji now that he has given me sadhu sangha, Gita class, and now my Bhagavatam class. You know, just to improve my quality of bhakti. And I'm so thankful to Krishna ji for all the things he has given me, all the things he has given me and made this beautiful bird. And I love Krishna ji, and I beg and I pray Radha Rani Sham Sundar that he keeps on blessing me, loving me, my family, and the whole world. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Preeti. So, I
I want to say one more line about this. I have my own feeling. मेरा आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है, मेरा आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है, करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है, मेरा आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है. Hare Krishna.
Hari
It
Bol.
is all because of you. I just came to Gita class, Sadhu Sangha, and now it is all because of you after Krishna ji that now I'm in Bhagavatam class. Thank you, Mataji. Happy Teachers Day also. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. So, was it difficult, Preeti?
No,
Not
actually,
at all.
when I just opened the books, so I thought like this is not my cup of tea. I can't write in a bookish language. So I said, okay, leave it. Whatever I feel for my Krishna ji, I just wrote my feelings. I have a very motherly feeling for my Krishna ji. Believe me, Mataji. I love to feed him. And every day when I do prasadam, especially in afternoon, I just request Yashoda Mataji and Radha Rani ji. कि प्लीज आप कृष्णा जी की थाली में मेरा बनाया हुआ खाना रख लें. आपके हाथ से खाएंगे तो खा ही लेंगे, मेरे तो इतनी है नहीं कृपा मुझ पे, इतना मेरी इतनी हाथ में इतनी स्वाद है कि वो खाएं, बट माता यशोदा जी अगर थाली में रख लेंगी मेरा खाना भी और अपने हाथ से खिलाएंगी तो खा ही लेंगे कृष्ण. तो ये मेरे फीलिंग है, ये मेरी अपनी है, तो मैं वो मैंने इसमें प्रेयर में लिखा है गैटिट्यूड में. नथिंग मोर नथिंग लेस.
So, thank you. And now you can understand that it's not difficult at all.
नो.
अपने मन के भाव व्यक्त
हाँ
करने
जी, हाँ
कोई
जी,
मुश्किल काम नहीं है.
हाँ
जरूरी
जी,
नहीं है कुछ किताबी लैंग्वेज चाहिए
हाँ जी, हाँ
ना, दिल की आवाज चाहिए जो
बिल्कुल.
आपने किया.
हाँ.
So, in future, don't be hesitant when you get this opportunity. It was
Thank
nice. आपने I think the only gratitude जहाँ पे आपने एक भजन भी सुनाया.
you.
You know, it was, everybody I could see सब झूम रहे हैं, सबको बड़ा अच्छा लगा.
So nice of you.
And yeah, I hope I can also get your kind of bhav. You have a motherly affection for him that we all know in the very beginning. So hopefully हमें भी अपने भाव का आभास हो और हम वो कर पाए.
शायद ये इसीलिए संभव है थोड़ा बहुत कि बचपन वृंदावन में बीता है, बचपन से ही वृंदावन की गलियों में घूमे हैं, वहाँ का खाया है, वहाँ की रज में लोट लगाई है और कथाएं सुनी है सबसे, शायद उसी की वजह से ये हो संभव हो चुका.
Surely हमारा
ये भी प्रभु की कृपा ही है जो जन्म दिया, नहीं तो जी कहाँ ऐसे पॉसिबल है.
yes, we all have to thank our
Yes.
parents for giving us that foundation.
Yes, yes.
So does anyone want to recap what we did in the last 3 verses in the last class. बहुत important verse थे और किसी को अपने notes में से ही आप एक point बता सकते हैं before we go to the next verse, which is also a very important verse. Yes, Anjali.
So in verse 5, Sutta Goswami says that you're asking to the sages of Naimisaranya that you're asking questions is absolutely justified, and only questions pertaining to Krishna are of relevance to the entire world. Otherwise, the world is full of questions, right from morning to night, whether it is birds asking questions or animals asking questions. Asking matlab having queries in their mind, or we as human beings asking questions related to food, to work, to everything. Life is full of questions, but all these are absolutely useless questions. Only questions pertaining to Krishna are of relevance and will bring about changes in the world. And otherwise the most of the questions that we keep asking are questions for sense gratification, which are absolutely useless. So that is ignorance, agyan. Only questions pertaining to Krishna are gyan, and gyan is when we learn or talk about Krishna. This was verse 5.
Nice point. Yeah. Anything else, Veenu?
ऐसे तो पढ़ा नहीं, बट जो लास्ट टाइम हमने किया तो अल्टीमेट गोल जो हमारा है वो इट इज नॉट कि हमें ये कमाना है, हमें ये करना है. हमारा अल्टीमेट गोल हमारा कृष्णा को अचीव करना है, और बर्थ ऑफ ये साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ है जो इससे हमें बाहर निकलना है. दिस शुड बी अवर अल्टीमेट गोल. आई थिंक इन वर्स 5 और 6 इट इज रिटन हियर. एंड वन मोर थिंग कि धर्म जो हम समझते हैं कि धर्म है कि ये सिर्फ हमारी एक ड्यूटी है. धर्म ऑक्यूपेशनल ड्यूटी है कि हम मुस्लिम हैं, हिंदू हैं या जो भी हैं, ये हमारी ड्यूटी है. लेकिन मेन जो हमें रास्ता चुनना है वो भक्ति का लेना है. तो धर्म से हमें कुछ नहीं लेना. ये एक रिलीजन है जो सबका होता है, लेकिन मेन हमें भक्ति में जाना है, जो कृष्ण भक्ति के लिए हमें अटेन करना है. लास्ट टाइम हमने ये सब भी किया था.
Yeah. So.
And one more thing.
Yes.
Yeah, in this 1.626 इसमें ये भी था कि माता जी ने she explained the 6 opulences also कि भगवान means कि who has complete opulence, 6 opulences जिनके हो वो भगवान कहलाते हैं. And ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा means जो कंट्रोलर है, सुप्रीम. Who is that? कौन है वो? सिर्फ कृष्णा है. He is the supreme controller. तो सिर्फ हम उनको ही बोलेंगे. We can't name anybody, neither Modi ji nor me nor anybody else. He is the only one supreme Krishna whom we'll call, because he has all the opulences. And one more thing, she explained this also, कि dharma of humanity is to attain loving devotional service to Lord. That's the main thing. That's the basic humanity. As a human being, we have come to this Kali to attain we should have a loving devotional service to Krishna.
Yeah.
And,
I think loving devotional service that is unmotivated and uninterrupted.
uninterrupted.
Ayukti and aparihata.
अहेतुकी और
aparihata.
अप्रतिहता.
So ये वर्ड
It says that there is
याद
no
करने के लिए
holiday.
बोला है सबको.
जी?
This verse has to be memorized by everyone.
Yeah, she said it. This we have to memorize this.
कितनों ने attempt किया?
हम भी नहीं किया.
नहीं किया.
So by next class, I think कि हम सब याद करके उन्हें as a gift we will give it to Mataji. All of us will memorize. It's a very simple verse. ठीक है? You can start memorizing it today so that by next Monday it will be Kanthasth. And let us surprise her as a Teacher's Day gift. कि हमने ये याद किया, ठीक है? Done? We have enough time, no?
6 one Mataji, Save Punsa. 6.
Yes.
हाँ,
That's
Savai
okay.
Punsa.
Savai Punsa.
I double take here na.
Yes.
Last class.
हाँ, ये बहुत. This word you must have heard in our classes over the last 4 years. Ahaitukya Pratihata. This is the way of what kind of love? These are the two main qualities of love for God: unmotivated and uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted.
Anu was
Vishakha Mataji, there is one thing which Supriya Mataji told in particular, that there is no holiday or there is no break time in bhakti. So it has to be definitely, as we are discussing already, that it has to be a pratihata. And one best thing is we all are blessed to be born in Kali Yuga, because Kali Yuga is the only yuga wherein only by Kirtanam and Shravanam of Harinam we can deliver and we can go back to Godhead. This is also, she told us, that one good quality in Kali Yuga is this, that you can go back to Goloka by just doing Kirtanam.
Yeah. Yes. So it's easy. It is because this age is so degraded and everything is so unfortunate here. इसीलिए easiest कर दिया कलयुग में वापस जाना. That is the great mercy of the Lord. So, let
Verse
us.
7.
Then was also discussed, right?
Yeah.
1.2.7, the result of bhakti, that is
Yeah,
the result of doing
bhakti.
whatever is given in 1.26 is causeless knowledge and detachment from the
Causeless knowledge and detachment, yes. And she also referred one Gita shlok to this. Bahunam janma namante jnanavamam prabhadyate vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha.
Yeah. Great. So वो वर्स तो आपको याद हो ही गया है. आप सवय पुमसाम भी याद कर लो. And then we can, ये दोनों हम उनको सुनाएंगे. Done? Okay. So कोई बहुत याद कर रहा है आज किसी.
मेरा फोन बज रहा है, sorry.
Yeah. So moving on to 8th verse of the 2nd chapter. You can repeat after me, whoever wants to. Dharmah svanusthitah pumsam.
Dharma svanusthitah pumsam.
Dharmah svanusthitah pumsam.
Dharma svanusthitah pumsam.
Vishvaksena kathasuyah.
Vishvaksena kathasuyah.
Vishvaksena kathasuyah.
Vishvaksena kathasuyah.
Notpadayet yadi ratim.
Notpadayet yadi ratim.
Shram evahi kevalam.
Shram evahi kevalam.
Shram evahi kevalam.
Shram evahi kevalam.
ये सुना सुना सा लग रहा है last line?
Yes.
Yeah, useless,
Mataji.
useless effort.
Yes.
Do you remember hearing it a zillion times in our Gita classes? So here comes the original verse now. The occupational activities of a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. Anybody wants to read that?
I want to, but there is like lot of noise coming from a floor up. So,
Should I read?
Yeah.
Okay, purport. There are different occupational activities in terms of men's different conceptions of life. To the gross materialist who cannot see anything beyond the gross material body, there is nothing beyond the senses. Therefore, his occupational activities are limited to concentrated and extended selfishness. Concentrated selfishness centers around the personal body. This is generally seen amongst the lower animals. Extended selfishness is manifested in human society and centers around the family, society, community, nation, and world, with a view to gross bodily comfort.
Okay.
Our
So we'll stop here.
okay.
इसमें क्या बता रहे हैं? What is Prabhupada saying? The occupational duty. अभी हम धर्म किसी ने बताया था कि आपने धर्म की definition की थी in the last verse, in the previous verses. So धर्म is different from an occupational activity. और हम सब कह रहे हैं कि हम धर्म कर रहे हैं, but actually हम अपनी केवल occupational activity कर रहे हैं. What is that occupational activity? Whatever is related to me through my body is my occupational activity. And whatever is connected with me through my soul is my dharma. Can you get the difference between the two? हम अपनी body से related जो भी काम कर रहे हैं, taking care of children, taking care of husband, family, in-laws, relatives, extended family, being a good neighbor, being a good member of the society, being a good citizen of my country, all of this comes in occupational activity of my body. So all of this is being called as Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. What is Shram? Hard work. And this is nothing but just useless hard work. Why? Because it is only related to this duty that we are performing is only related to the body. And this is seen among lower animals. This is generally seen amongst the lower animals. So one can say that, oh, but I'm not living just for myself. Look, I'm doing so much social work. I'm living for my relatives. I'm doing so much for the society. I'm doing so much beyond my children and husband. Well, uske liye ek aur term use karte hain Prabhupada. That's good, but that's just extended selfishness. So it is selfishness, but a little more expanded form of selfishness, where you have included not just main aur mere do bacche aur mera ghar. You have also included your neighbors, then you've also included your society, you've also included your country. But nevertheless, it still remains selfishness. Why? Because we are doing it with a view for bodily comfort. The world with a view to gross bodily comfort. Is this point clear to everyone? Okay, आगे बढ़ते. Above these gross materialists,
Above the gross materialist are the mental speculators who hover aloft in the mental spheres, and their occupational duties involve making poetry, philosophy, or propagating propagating some reason, with the same aim of selfishness limited to the body and the mind. But above the body and mind is the dormant spirit soul, whose absence from the body makes the whole range of bodily and mental selfishness completely null and void. But less intelligent people have no information of the needs of the spirit soul.
so तीन layers दिखाए यहाँ पे. Prabhupada is talking on 3 layers. One is the bodily layer, and he has covered everything in the bodily layer. Everything related to society, community, nation, and world is also gross selfishness. Above this bodily selfishness are those poets, जो philosophers हैं, जो poems लिखते हैं, जो philosophies, अलग-अलग तरह की philosophies बैठकर discuss करते हैं. They talk about isms, socialism, capitalism, communism, feminism, thisism, thatism. So they consider themselves more advanced than the people who are only working for the body. कि आप तो सिर्फ समाज सेवा कर रहे हो, मैं तो मैं तो think कर रहा हूँ about the future of this human race. They are also included in Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. Why? Just because you are, thinking about making poetry or philosophy, or you're talking about some fantastic concept, that is also, the aim is again selfishness limited to the mind. So one is selfishness of the body, this is selfishness of the mind, because you are getting some rasa, some enjoyment out of it. You like it when people hear your philosophy. You like it when people hear your poetry, or your poetry becomes famous, or people start following the philosophy or the concept that you have. So you are again in sense gratification of the mind. So this is also a kind of Shram Eva Hi Kevala. So above the body and mind both, finally is the spirit soul, whose absence from the body makes this whole range of bodily and mental selfishness completely null and void. अगर आज प्राण निकल जाए, पोइट्री धरी धरा ही रह जाएगी, आपका शरीर धरा धरा, सब कुछ धरा धरा रह जाएगा. Nothing will be able to save you from the jaws of death. Hence, less intelligent people have no information of the needs of the spirit soul. ये दोनों बातें, whatever you're doing for your body, and if you are a little more intelligent and advanced intellectual, whatever you're doing for your mind, both come in sense gratification only. Unless you are doing something for the real you, which is the spirit soul, जिसकी वजह से आप इस वक्त जिंदा हैं और आपकी body चल फिर रही है. Unless you are doing something for that, whatever you are doing is simply Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. Notpadayed yadi ratim Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. If it does not produce Utpadayet, if it does not produce Ratim, attraction, Ratim for Krishna, then whatever you are doing is a big zero. So can you imagine that with one sweep of this statement, everything has been reduced to zero? Can you see anything of value in your life other than Krishna consciousness today, for which you have lived all your life, for which you have worked all your life? Is there any value or meaning to it? किसी भी चीज के लिए आप क्या claim कर सकते हो? No, I have made this achievement. Now, in light of the Shastra, with Shastra Chakshu, can anyone claim? So because foolish people have no information of the soul and how it is beyond the purview of the body and mind, they are not satisfied in the performance of their occupational duties. Here lies the proof of why only this is considered, everything is considered Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. The proof is that your mind and your body will not feel satisfaction. You will always feel kuch kami hai. You will always feel dissatisfied, and your hunger will always be there for that something which you feel you're not able to explain. The question of the satisfaction of the self is raised here. The self is beyond the gross body and the subtle mind. He is the potent active principle of the body and mind. And without knowing the need of your soul, you cannot be happy simply with emolument of the body and mind. Emolument matlab some sort of payment. So jitna marzi aap pay kar lo apni body ko, apne mind ko, aap jitna marzi dular puchkar lo, you will not get that deep satisfaction unless you're doing something for the mind. This is the test of whether you are working for your soul or you're working for your body. Have you heard all the people around us say this, even the rich and famous? That I have everything, भगवान का दिया सब कुछ है, फिर भी ऐसे लगता है कि कुछ कमी है. I'm not able to put my finger on it. People are not able to feel that complete satisfaction if they are not feeding the soul. Without knowing the need of the soul, you cannot be happy. Why? Because your body and your mind, they are just packaging. Gift trap hai wo. But the spirit soul's needs are empty. They must be fulfilled. Simply by cleaning the cage of the bird, one cannot satisfy the bird. One must actually know the needs of the bird himself. The need of the spirit soul is that,
Ready?
yeah, okay.
The need of the spirit soul is that he wants to get out of the limited sphere of the material bondage and fulfill his desire for complete freedom. He wants to get out of the covered walls of the greater universe. He wants to see the free light and spread. The complete freedom is achieved when he meets the complete spirit, the personality of Godhead. There is a dormant affection for God within everyone. Spiritual existence is manifested through the gross body and mind in the form of perverted affection for gross and subtle matter. Therefore, we have to engage ourselves in occupational engagements that will evoke our divine consciousness. This is possible only by hearing and chanting the divine activities of the Supreme Lord, and any occupational activity which does not help one to achieve attachment for hearing and chanting the transcendental message of Godhead is said herein is to be simply a waste of time.
So is that point clear?
Yeah.
That we have to engage ourselves in our occupational engagement that will evoke our divine consciousness. मतलब ये कहीं से लेकर नहीं आना है love of God, या कहीं से जाकर मिलेगा नहीं, ये किसी किताब में से नहीं मिलेगा. The good news is ये सब में पहले से ही है. This ingredient is already there in everyone. You only have to scratch the surface and bring it out. And how do you scratch the surface? Shravanam. Shravanam and Kirtanam केवल करने से जो already है, आपके अंदर ही है, buried है, वो उभरने लगेगा. And then you will start feeling complete happiness, even though nothing around you will be going right related to your body or your mind. Yet you will start getting more satisfaction because you have now started feeding the real self. Does that make sense? Okay, continue.
This is because other occupational duties, whatever they may belong to, cannot give liberation to the soul. Even the activities of the salvationists are considered to be useless because of their failure to pick up the fountainhead of the liberties. The gross materialist can practically see that his material gain is limited only to time and space, either in this world or in the other. Even if he goes up to the Swarglok, he will find no permanent abode for his hankering soul. The hankering soul must be satisfied by the perfect scientific process of perfect devotional service.
Another big statement कि स्वर्ग लोक में जाकर भी ये सोल तड़पता रहेगा. Hankering means तड़पना. So all those people who say कि हमें स्वर्ग जाना है, हमें स्वर्ग जाना है, well, think twice before you say that, because Lord Indra, the king of heaven, also is not completely satisfied there in Swarglok. हमेशा envy में जीते हैं और हमेशा इस डर में जीते हैं कि मेरा ये सिंहासन कोई हड़प ना ले. So your soul will not get satisfaction even in Swarglok. It's a very big statement. This is only showing you how that bhakti is a compulsory subject. It's not optional. It's not something that you can avoid doing. If you are not working for your soul, then you are only going to be hankering like a thirsty bird. And you will not get water, regardless of as much water as you drink. You will be like this papiha. Papiha is a bird जिसके गले में छेद होता है. तो वो जितना पानी पीता है, it's always thirsty because the water is not able to go inside its body. Very few drops are able to go in. Everything gets leaked through the small aperture in the throat. So what happens? Only during the monsoon season, जब बारिश होती है ऊपर से, तो वो upside down, उल्टा लेट जाता है पपीहा, ताकि उसके जो गले में होल है उससे पानी सीधा उसकी बॉडी के अंदर चला जाए. And only then is its thirst quenched. Otherwise वो बाकी सारे साल के सारा महीना तड़पता रहता है. And that is our position. That we are doing all kinds of duties, yet we will not feel satisfaction. We will not get success. We will keep on feeling thirsty and feeling like that satisfaction will not come. And that feeling of, I still want more, will always be there. Unless and until we are working at the level of the soul, or we are trying to feed the soul. And how is that feeding? Through perfect, through bhaktya. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. So pretty much everything comes under Shram Evahi Kevalam. You can imagine what the people around us are doing. जितना हार्ड वर्क हमारे बच्चों को करने के लिए कहा जा रहा है स्कूल में, कॉलेज में, do they have any chance of happiness with all that work, with all those degrees? Everything is coming under Shram Evahi Kevalam. Unless we add Krishna consciousness to their lives. Okay? Okay, next verse. Dharmasya hi apavargasya
धर्मस्य हि आपुवर्गस्य
anartho arthayopakल्पते
अनार्थो अर्थायोपकल्पते
नार्थस्य धर्मैकान्तस्य
नार्थस्य धर्मायकान्तस्य
कामो लाभाय हि स्मृतः
कामो लाभाय हि स्मृतः.
Do you want to read, Anjali?
Yes. All occupational engagements are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. Furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification.
Okay. So, immediately after he makes a statement that Shram eva hi kevalam. Everything that you're doing is only shram, useless work. Immediately he is clarifying in the next verse. What is he saying? That one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service, काम करना है. It doesn't mean that you will not work for your body and for your mind. दुनिया कैसे चलेगी? Economy कैसे चलेगी? आप अपने शरीर को कैसे पालेंगे? ये सब काम तो करना ही है. But never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. अपनी बॉडी और माइंड को काम में लगाते हुए also you can achieve salvation if you are using it in the service of Krishna. Does that clarify? You cannot leave work. You have to continue working, but you will not use whatever material gains come your way for sense gratification, but you will use it for the gratification of Krishna. So we have already discussed that pure devotional service to the Lord is automatically followed by perfect knowledge and detachment from material existence. अगर आप भगवान की सेवा में लग जाते हैं, automatically you will start getting knowledge from your heart. The Paramatma sitting there, he is also your spiritual master, and he will start giving you perfect knowledge on how to conduct your life. And एक और चीज होगी, you will start getting detached from material existence. This feeling or this idea to enjoy will start reducing. But there are others who consider that all kinds of different occupational engagements, including those of religion, are meant for material gain. This is what everybody is doing, isn't it? कि अगर हमने पूजा पाठ भी करना है, वो भी किसी गेन के लिए करना है. अभी सबने गणपति बिठाया, गौरी पूजन किया. So everybody did it very, very religiously, very, very sincerely. What was the goal behind it? In every shop you will see a Ganpati. What is the goal behind it? There is some akanksha, there is some desire for material gain. या सब कुछ निर्विघ्न हो हमारी life में. That feeling is always there, and that mentality is always there. So the general tendency of any ordinary man is to gain some material profit in exchange for this religious duty or this occupational service. Correct? Can anyone say that they don't have this? अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता, सब अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता के लेवल पे करते हैं सारा कर्म कांड, सारे पूजा पाठ. Even in the Vedic literatures, for all sorts of religious performances, an allurement of material gain is offered. And most people are attracted by such allurements or blessings of religiosity. हमारे वेदों को डिजाइन भी ऐसे ही किया है. पुत्र प्राप्ति के लिए ये जरूर करें, धन संतान के लिए ये जरूर करें. Why? Why are such so-called men of religion allured by material gain? Why? Because with material gain, with money, with facilities, one can fulfill our desires, isn't it? किसी भी चीज को, अपने desire को fulfill करने के लिए you need money, which in turn satisfies our senses, sense gratification. So this cycle of occupational engagement includes so-called religiosity, followed by material gain. So religion क्यों करते हैं? ताकि material gain मिले. और material gain से क्या होता है? Fulfillment of desires होती है. It's a chain. So ultimately, fulfillment of desires is connected to religiosity. So sense gratification is the general way for all sorts of fully occupied men. But in the statement of Suta Goswami, as per the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam, this is nullified in this present shloka. One should not engage himself in any sort of occupational service for material gain only, nor should material gain be utilized for sense gratification. Is that clear? तो क्या कह रहे हैं कि yes, you can use it for your occupational duty, for your body, but use it not for any material gain. And material gain should not be utilized for sense gratification. तो फिर कैसे इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए? How material gain should be utilized is described in the next verse. That अपनी body के लिए काम करे, अपने mind के लिए काम करे, अपने desires के लिए काम करे, but do not use it to gratify, to enjoy. कामस्य नेन्द्रिय प्रीतिर,
कामस्य नेन्द्रिय प्रीतिर,
लाभो जीवेत यावता,
लाभो जीवित यावता,
जीवस्य तत्त्व जिज्ञासा,
जीवस्य तत्त्व जिज्ञासा,
अनार्थो यश्चेह कर्मभिः।
अनार्थो यस्य
कर्मभिः।
कैसे काम करना चाहिए, कैसे अपने डिजायर्स को इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए, अपनी बॉडी के जो नीड्स हैं अपने कैसे यूज करना चाहिए? Life's desires should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth, nothing else should be the goal of one's work. So one should be using all our facilities for maintaining the body, for keeping your body healthy, for keeping your mind healthy, for keeping your family life, everything around your life, inside your life healthy, but only keeping it healthy so that it can be utilized in the service of the Lord. This is the way to utilize your body and mind. So we'll do this next time. Kafi bada hai ye. Does this make sense? How nicely he has unfolded. So you can't really say that मुझे क्या मिला, सारी उम्र मैंने इतनी मेहनत की. You know, well, you were never meant to do that kind of mehnat. Shram eva hi kevalam. You were just wasting. You just did a lot of hard work, like an animal. What are you expecting in return? You didn't do anything for your soul, for the real you, for your prapitamaha, for your grandfather, your father, your maker. आपने उनके लिए कुछ किया नहीं. आप, you wasted your youth, your primary life, everything just for gratifying your senses. So, अब पछताए होत क्या जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत. You were never meant to do that. Unfortunately, हमें ये कोई पढ़ा नहीं रहा. Imagine हमें क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं. It's totally different. Aim high, dream big, and then run after that dream. Dream big matlab dream the biggest kind of sense gratification that you can think of. This is what we are teaching our children. जो बड़े से बड़ा तरीका सोच सकते हो एंजॉय करने का, सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन का, अपनी बॉडी को जैसे बड़े से बड़े तरीके से आप जैसे एंजॉय कर सकते हो उसे सोचो, और फिर उसको कामयाब बनाने के लिए, उसको हासिल करने के लिए भागो. एंड अलोंग द वे ये डिग्री ले लो, ये कनेक्शन ले लो, इस कॉलेज में चले जाओ, वहां से ये ले लो और भागो, and you will get it. This is what they are teaching us. And then you just die like Cyrus Mistry. He's what? You would never have imagined that he'll just suddenly die. अभी उसकी लड़ाई चल रही थी रतन टाटा के साथ on ownership of the assets of Tata. और उसने सारी उम्र कितनी मेहनत की. Somebody else is going to enjoy that now. मर गया. स्टीव जॉब्स, उन्होंने अपनी बॉडी को कितना खर्चा to make Apple. Where is he now? Somebody else is enjoying. जिसके लिए उन्होंने अपनी लाइफ खर्च दी, कैंसर हो गया, कैंसर को झेला और मर गए. He could not even enjoy the fruits of what he did. Somebody else is enjoying it now. You were never meant to do it. You could have used your brilliance, your acumen for feeding your soul. That's why the sages say that we are living like a kripana. This is miserly. असली कंजूस हम हैं, इसी को कंजूसी कहते हैं. कि ये बहुत बड़ी चीज कर सकते थे आप इस शरीर के साथ, और आपने कंजूसी कर दी, उसको इतनी टुच्ची चीज के लिए इस्तेमाल कर लिया. जस्ट फॉर लाइक एन एनिमल ओनली यू यूज्ड इट. हीरा मिला था और आपने उसको यूज किया सिर्फ अपने जूते में कील ठोकने के लिए. अरे यार जूता टूट गया है, चलो इस हीरे से ठोक दूं जरा, अच्छे से ठुक जाएगा. So we are underutilizing this very, very precious opportunity. अभी भी बहुत समय है हमारे पास. Even now, if we start investing in our soul, in our God consciousness, all other aspects of our life will become satisfied and full. There will be no hankering left. Otherwise, you will not be satisfied even till the age of 70, 80. You will still feel, I want more, or I'm not fully satisfied. Because you're working in the wrong direction. Okay? So, उन्होंने एक हथौड़ा तो मारा, but then in the subsequent 2 verses, he is also explaining on what to do. What not to do तो उन्होंने बताया, लेकिन फिर उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि क्या करना है और कैसे करना है ना. That is why Bhagavatam is a very, very practical treatise.